to the International English Language Testing System conducted by Malik English Academy. Hi, I'm Arima. I'm your examiner today. The examiner code is S32024139. The examiner code is S32024122. So this test is divided into three parts. Before the main part, I'm gonna ask you some personal question. So, may I have your name?
Yeah, I'm Tawasum Afnan. You can also call me Tawasum.
Where do you come from?
Well, I'm from Ramanbaria, but currently I'm living in Dhaka with my parents.
Do you study or work?
Yeah, I'm a student of class 8 at Monpur High School and College, which is known as MUBC.
Okay. Which subject do you love or like?
Well, mostly I like science because it's very interesting and since my childhood I was curious about it.
Okay. How do you feel past your future?
Well, as a student of secondary level, I don't get any free time usually, but whenever I get any leisure time, I prefer to spend my time by playing online games as well as I love to play with my brothers. Also, I love to play with my pet.
So let's move on to the main part. Part one. Where do you buy most of your clothes?
Well, I buy my most of my clothes from New Market whenever I need informal clothes. For buying my clothes, I go various types of shops and malls. So whenever I need formal clothes like jeans, tops, I buy these from Bushundara and Jamuna Future Park. Also, Monchak is included.
Okay. How often do you buy new clothes for yourself?
Well, whenever any event comes, like Poila Boishakh, Eid Fitr, or Eid ul Adha, that time I prefer to buy my clothes. Also, whenever I get an invitation of occasions, that time I like to buy my clothes for myself.
How do you decide which clothes to buy?
Well, first of all, I have a discussion with my parents for buying my clothes and what will be the cloth type. Also, I have to consider the season that in winter I need to buy hoodie or heavy jacket or heavy pants. So I take my parents' opinion, then I combine my choice and my parents' choice. That's how I buy my clothes. That's how I buy my clothes.
Have the kind of clothes you like changed in recent years?
Well, before I was used to wear girly clothes like salwar kameez, but now I am used to wear jeans and tops, and also I try to follow upcoming trends.
Okay. Now let's move on to the part two. In this part, I'm gonna give you a cue card. Here you go. Paper and a pen. So you have to think about this topic for 1 minute, and you have to talk about this topic for 1 to 2 minutes. Your time is up.
Thank you.
So your time is up now. You can start.
Well, first of all, I have to say that my father gives me money, gives me pocket money in every weekend. So, as a student of secondary level, I have to stay outside for 7 to 8 hours. As a result, I need to take light meal or a tiffin for refreshment or recharging my energy. So one day I was about to buy a guide for me for upcoming examination. So I I went to the bookshop and asked the fare of the guide. But that time I was realized that I was short of money and I don't have enough money to get that by guide. So as a result I didn't get that guide. The next day I thought that I have to discuss about with my father that I am not able to manage my money properly. So I had told my father about it, and after hearing this, my father told me some tips. He said to me that before buying anything, I have to think about it that how it is important to me. Is it very important to me that I should buy it, or is it less important to me so I don't buy it that time? Also, he said to me that I have to go various types of shops and buy this stuff or product at a fair price. So that this can in that way the shopkeepers can't mislead me. Then I have to consider that I have to stop buying unnecessary things. So following these tips, I can make an satisfying result or expecting result that I have expected. So I have followed this, and first of all, and at the first, I feel that it's very tough for me managing money, but after a 1 week I was able to manage my money properly. The result of the discussion was very interesting and very helpful, also very satisfying. So I would like this. I like the discussions result because in since my childhood I was very curious about financial transactions.
Okay. So now let's move on to the part two. Before, can you please
Yeah.
pass me that?
And take it.
Money and young people. Where do some parents give their children money to spend each week?
Well, as per as your question, some parents give their children money, some considering some reasons. First of all, I have to say that some children have to stay outside for 4 to 6 hours. As a result, they need to take a light meal or a tiffin for their refreshment. Also, they have to buy their studies accessories, which can help them in their studies. And the main reason is that they have to use public transports or public conveyance, whatever you say. In by using public conveyance, they have to pay that fare. They have to pay the vehicle fare. So I think that considering these reasons, some parents give their children money to spend.
Do you agree that schools should teach children how to manage money?
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree that school should teach children how to manage money. Because we all know that after a family, the school fulfills the demand of knowledge of children. Children, children learn new things and explore unexplored things from school. So if the school teaches their students managing money and also about financial transactions, the children will accept this very warmly and they will be inspired to have an experience in their life. Also, they will be economic.
Do you think it is a good idea for a student to earn money while studying?
Well, first of all, I have to say that study or education is divided into several levels or stages. If a student of primary or secondary level, I think that it shouldn't be good for his or her because in that time they aren't become adult. Also, they don't have any leisure time because of they have too much study pressure. So if they take a risk and they start to earn money, it will be very bad for him. They can't able to manage their business and their studies together. As a result, they can't make an expected result or achievement. But if a student of varsity or university, it will be fine because in the time a varsity student gets a semester vacation, that time he or she is very free, so he or she can earn money or start a business. So I think that it mostly depends on the students' study level or education level.
Money and society. Do you think it is true that in today's society money cannot buy happiness?
Yeah, it's absolutely true. I have to say it because today's society money can buy happiness. The reason is that money can buy happiness for some time, but no, none can buy happiness for forever by money. If I give an example, it will be most clear. Suppose there are two men, one is from high class or one is from low class. The high class has a lot of money, but he is feeling unwell by physically. In that case, he needs naturally peace, which can't money give. Or you can say that he is very well by physically, but he has a lot of tension about earning extra money or losing his money. So in that case, if he becomes physically well, but he is very bad in his mentally health or mentally unwell, but on the other hand, or on the flip side, we can see the lower class man. He is very satisfied and very happy in his life, passing his life very happily. The reason of this that he has no tension about earning extra money or losing his money. So I think that money can't buy happiness in today's society.
What disadvantages are there in a society where the gap between rich and poor is very large?
Well, whenever the gaps between rich and poor becomes very large, the poor classes will become very huge number. So they can involve themselves or they can engage themselves in many crimes or illegal works like bloodshed, violence, or robbery, only etc. only for their lives or foods for living. So as a result, this make the social chaos. There will be chaos in social. Also, the poor can will be not hesitate to harm others in the social. So these are the disadvantages as far as education.
Do you think richer countries have a responsibility to help poorer countries?
Yeah, I have to say that richer countries have a moral responsibility to help poorer countries. If richer country help the poorer country, the poorer country can establish themselves like the richer countries that can provide they can provide employment to essential people. As a result, the people of that country can become established and they can contribute themselves in their country's economic. So I think that if richer countries help the poorer countries, it will be very very moral, and it will become very good and well for a society.
So that's the end of your speaking test. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.